Question number 1. In this question, we have to find out the efficiency of heat engine operating on the cycle where AB process is isochoric heating, BC is adiabatic expansion, and CA is isothermal compression. So by the first law of thermodynamics, we know that delta of Q is equals to delta of U plus delta of W, where delta of Q is change in heat, delta of U is change in internal energy, that is equals to NCV delta T for ideal gas, and delta W is equals to PdV, change in work. So delta Q is equals to NCV dt plus PdV. According to PV diagram, the process CA is isothermal compression. So in this process, heat release in the system, that will be equals to Q1, and that will be equals to delta of Q is equals to delta of W, because delta U in isothermal process is 0. So Q1 is equals to RTA log of VA upon VC, that will be equals to RTA log of VB upon VC, because VA equals to VB. And further, heat absorbed in isochoric heating process AB, in the isochoric process delta W will be 0 because change in volume will be 0. So dq is equals to delta of U, and delta of U is equals to NCV dt. So in this process Q2 is equals to CV TA minus TB, where CV is specific heat capacity at constant volume, or that is equals to R divided by gamma minus 1. That implies heat absorbed in the isochoric heating process AB is Q2 equals to R divided by gamma minus 1 TA minus TB. For the adiabatic process BC, we know that by the adiabatic equation TV gamma minus 1 equals to constant. So at point B and C, TB VB gamma minus 1 equals to TA VC gamma minus 1, because TA equals to TC. So TA upon TB is equals to VB upon VC to the whole power minus gamma minus 1, log of TA upon TB, that is equals to gamma minus 1 log of VB upon VC. That implies log of VB upon VC, that is equals to 1 over gamma minus 1 log of TA upon TB. That implies Q1 is equals to RTA upon gamma minus 1 log of TA upon TB, or the heat release in the process or system, that will be equals to Q1 equals to RTA upon gamma minus 1 log of TA upon TB. And by the definition of neta, we know that neta equals to 1 minus Q1 upon Q2, that is equals to 1 minus RTA log of TA upon TB upon gamma minus 1 RTA minus TB upon gamma minus 1. That implies neta equals to 1 minus TA log of TA upon TB divided by TA minus TB. So option B is correct. MCQ question number 2. The shortest wavelength in the Lyman series of hydrogen spectra is 91.2 nanometer, and in this question we have to find out the longest wavelength of this Lyman series. So first of all, the concept of shortest wavelength and longest wavelength is that for the shortest wavelength, the transition of the electron will be largest in between from higher energy level to lower energy level, and for the longest wavelength, the transition from the higher energy level to lower energy level will be smallest. So by the Bohr atomic theory, we know that when electron is moving from an ith state orbit to an fth state or orbit, then the wavelength is given by 1 by lambda is equals to r 1 by n final square minus 1 by n initial square, where r is Rydberg constant. So according to the question, it is given that the shortest wavelength of the Lyman series 1 by lambda maximum, that will be equals to r in bracket 1 divided by 1 square minus 1 by ni square, where ni will be infinite because it is the shortest wavelength, and for the shortest wavelength the transition will be largest. So 1 by lambda maximum is equals to r divided by 1 square. So lambda maximum is equals to 1 by r, and similarly 1 by lambda minimum is equals to r 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 2 square. That implies 1 by lambda minimum is equals to r 1 minus 1 by 4. That implies lambda minimum equals to 4 divided by 3r. By putting values, lambda maximum divided by lambda minimum equals to 4 by 3. That implies lambda maximum is equals to 4 by 3 into lambda minimum, where lambda minimum is equals to 91.2 nanometer. So lambda maximum is equals to 1 to 1.6 nanometer. Option D is correct. MCQ question number 12. The normalized ground state wave function of the hydrogen atom is given by psi of r equals to 1 over square root of 4 pi 2 divided by a to the power 3 by 2 e to the power minus r by a, where a is the Bohr radius and r is the distance of the electron from the nucleus located at the origin. We have to find out the expectation value of 1 by r square. So first of all, we know that the expectation value of any function f of x is equals to integral of psi star is the function of position r, f of x psi is the function of x into dx, where psi x is the normalized wave function. Here the expectation value of 1 by r square, that is equals to integral of psi star is the function of r 1 by r square, psi is the function of r d tau, where d tau is volume element, and it is assumed that with respect to the spherical harmonic coordinates, d tau will be 4 by r square dr. So 1 by r square is equals to integral from 0 to infinite 1 by square root of 4 pi 2 divided by a to the power 3 by 2 e to the power minus r by a into 1 by r square into 1 by square root of 4 pi into 2 divided by a to the power 3 by 2 e to the power minus r by a into 4 pi r square dr. That implies expectation value of 1 by r square is equals to 4 divided by a cube integral from 0 to infinite e to the power minus 2 r by a into dr. We know that integral of 0 to infinite e to the power minus alpha x to the power n dx is equals to n factorial divided by alpha ki power n plus 1. That implies the expectation value of 1 by r square is equals to 4 divided by a cube into 0 factorial divided by 2 divided by a to the power 1. That implies 4 divided by a cube into a by 2, that is equals to 2 divided by a square. It means the expectation value of 1 by r square is equals to 2 divided by a square. Option D is correct. MCQ question number 13. In a one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, potential of a particle of mass m is given as potential V is the function of x is equals to half of m omega square x square, and the first excited state energy eigenstate wave function is given as psi is the function of x is equals to x e to the power minus ax square. Here we have to find out the value of a in this function. So given that psi of x is equals to x e to the power minus ax square, now we have to find out the first derivative and second derivative of this wave function. So first derivative of this wave function will be equals to del psi over del x is equals to x e to the power minus ax square minus 2ax square e to the power minus ax square, and second derivative of this wave function is equals to d2 psi over dx square is equals to 4a square x cube minus 6ax e to the power minus ax square. And the energy eigenvalue for the harmonic oscillator is En equals to n plus 1 by 2 into h cut omega, where n is the number of states. According to the question, the wave function is given for the first excited state, so corresponding to this state will be n equals to 1 and its energy will be E equals to E1 equals to 3 by 2 h cut omega, and potential is given in the question V equals to half m omega square x square. We know that the Schrodinger wave function is given as del square psi over del x square plus 2m upon h cut square E minus potential V into psi equals to 0. By putting above values in this equation, we will get 4a square x cube minus 6ax into e to the power minus x square plus 2m upon h cut square in bracket 3 by 2 h cut omega minus m omega square x square divided by 2 bracket close into x e to the power minus ax square equals to 0. By solving this, 4a square x square minus 6ax plus 3m omega divided by h cut into x minus m square omega square divided by h cut square x cube into e to the power minus ax square. By solving this, we will get 4a square minus m square omega square divided by h cut square equals to 0 and 3m omega upon h cut minus 6a equals to 0. That implies a is equals to m omega upon 2 h cut. Option C is correct.